The solar system was tense. Scouts had reported a massive fleet approaching from deep space. Admiral Lucas Hall stood on the command bridge of the flagship, his eyes scanning the screens. The fleet was unlike anything humanity had faced before. Its size and speed were frightening, but Lucas was calm. Captain Claire Young stood beside him, her hand resting on the railing. She had trained for years for battles like this. She watched the distant ships and felt a surge of determination. Humanity would not bow. They would fight. Lieutenant Daniel West tapped the controls of the scout ship. The aliens had underestimated humanity. Their sensors had missed the hidden human warships kept secret until now. Lucas and Claire exchanged a look. The moment to reveal their strength was near. The first contact came quietly. A single alien ship moved toward the outer planets. It did not fire, only observed. Lucas gave the order to hold position. Claire nodded and sent the message to all human ships. They waited, silent and ready. The aliens were confident, too confident. Suddenly, a bright pulse of light appeared near the scout ship. Daniel skillfully maneuvered, dodging it by a small margin. He reported back to the flagship, adrenaline rushing. Lucas leaned forward, his voice steady. Order the fleet to reveal their ultimate warships. From hidden positions behind asteroids and moons, massive human warships appeared. Their size and design stunned everyone watching, including the aliens. These ships were fast, heavily armed, and unlike anything in the galaxy. Plasma cannons glowed, shields shimmered, and drones moved in perfect formation. Claire felt a thrill as the fleet lined up in defensive positions. The aliens slowed. Their confidence faltered. Their weapons were powerful, but they had never seen humans fight like this. Lucas and Claire watched as the alien ships hesitated. It was the first sign that humanity had the advantage. Queen Elizabeth, observing from the command ship, smiled. She had ruled with wisdom and courage. Her presence gave the human crews confidence. Daniel led a squadron of smaller fighters around the alien ship. He tested its defenses, striking and retreating with speed and precision. The aliens could not predict his moves. Claire coordinated the larger ships, moving them to block any escape. Lucas monitored the situation, issuing orders and adjusting strategies. Every human ship moved with perfect timing. It was a display of skill and discipline. As the aliens watched, they began to realize their mistake. They had thought humans were weak and slow. They had thought the fleet would crumble. Instead, they saw power, intelligence, and courage. A sudden alarm rang through the flagship. A smaller alien ship tried to slip past the defenses. Daniel reacted instantly, intercepting it and disabling its weapons. Claire adjusted the fleet, closing gaps and cutting off the escape route. Lucas made the final call. Full attack formation. The humans would show the aliens the true meaning of war. From the flagship, Queen Elizabeth directed every move. She commanded with authority, and her orders were obeyed without question. The crew felt her strength and determination. They trusted her, and they would follow her into any battle. The alien fleet hesitated, unsure of how to proceed. The humans had the element of surprise in the ultimate warships. They had speed, tactics, and courage. The aliens had underestimated everything. Lucas gave the signal. Human warships advanced in perfect formation. Plasma cannons fired, drones swarmed, and shields shimmered as they moved toward the alien ships. Claire coordinated the entire fleet, ensuring that every ship acted in unison. The aliens could only watch in shock. The first contact of battle ended before it truly began. The aliens retreated slightly, confused and unprepared for the human response. Humanity had shown its strength. The ultimate warships had appeared, and the aliens could not believe what they saw. Lucas, Claire, and Daniel watched the alien fleet from the bridge. Queen Elizabeth stood beside them, calm and resolute. They had won the first moment of battle, not with brute force, but with strategy, skill, and courage. Humanity had revealed its power, and the galaxy would never see humans the same way again. The human fleet moved steadily through the asteroid belt, their ultimate warships glowing with power. Admiral Lucas Hall gave orders calmly, his voice steady over the comms. Captain Claire Young guided the smaller vessels into formation. They were ready for the first real clash. Lieutenant Daniel West led a squadron of fighter ships ahead of the fleet. His hands moved quickly over the controls, weaving through the rocky terrain. His mission was to scout the alien positions and strike where they were weakest. He felt the tension in the air, but he did not hesitate. This was the moment they had trained for. The aliens made the first move. A group of their ships advanced, testing human defenses. They fired energy beams at the outermost human ships, but the shields held. Claire ordered the fleet to tighten its formation. The aliens did not expect such coordination. They paused, confused by the human tactics. Daniel saw an opening and moved in quickly. His fighters darted around the alien ships, hitting weak points with precision. The aliens tried to respond, but their attacks were slow and predictable. Daniel relayed every movement to the flagship. Lucas adjusted the human fleet in real time, guiding every maneuver. On the bridge, Queen Elizabeth watched silently. Her presence gave the crew confidence. She had ruled with wisdom and courage, and now she guided the fleet through the first real battle. Every order she gave was clear and direct. They had expected an easy victory, but humans fought differently. They adapted quickly, changed tactics, and used the environment to their advantage. Lucas directed the warships to create traps among the asteroids, forcing the aliens into tight spaces. Claire coordinated the fighters to strike from multiple angles, keeping the aliens off balance. Daniel noticed one alien ship trying to escape the trap. He pursued it aggressively. His fighters surrounded the ship, disabling its engines and weapons. He reported the success to the flagship, and Lucas ordered more ships to secure the area. The aliens were now reacting to human moves instead of acting on their own plans. The human warships displayed new weapons for the first time. Plasma cannons fired with deadly accuracy, striking the alien vessels from a distance. Drones swarmed the enemy ships, damaging systems and cutting off communication. The aliens struggled to respond, unsure how to counter such technology. Claire maneuvered the fleet to cover every possible escape route. Suddenly, an alien ship tried a direct attack on the flagship. Lucas reacted immediately. He ordered the shields reinforced and fired the heavy cannons at the approaching vessel. Daniel led a squadron of fighters to intercept it. The attack was neutralized before it reached the flagship. The crew cheered quietly, knowing they had prevented a disaster. The battle continued with small skirmishes across the asteroid belt. Every human ship moved with purpose, every action precise and coordinated. Claire coordinated the attacks, Lucas guided the fleet, and Daniel executed daring moves that kept the aliens on edge. The aliens could not predict human tactics, and their morale began to drop. Queen Elizabeth stood at the command chair, her eyes on the screens. She gave strategic orders, placing human ships in positions that maximized their advantage. Her calm demeanor reassured the crew, and her decisions proved effective. The aliens were surprised that humans could fight with such intelligence and bravery. As the battle drew to a close, the aliens began to retreat. They had underestimated human ingenuity and determination. Human warships moved forward to secure the perimeter, but they did not pursue recklessly. Lucas and Claire ensured the fleet stayed organized and ready for the next phase of battle. Daniel returned to the flagship, reporting the results of his squadron. Several alien ships were disabled, and human losses were minimal. The first clash had proven humanity's strength and strategy. The aliens were shocked by human coordination and skill. Queen Elizabeth addressed the crew. She praised their courage and highlighted their effectiveness in the first real battle. Humans had shown that they were not only strong but also smart. The aliens now knew that humanity would not be an easy target. The stage was set for the next clash, where human strategy and bravery would continue to dominate. The human fleet regrouped after the first clash. Admiral Lucas Hall reviewed the damage reports. Most ships had minor scratches, and all were ready for the next attack. Captain Claire Young coordinated repairs and prepared her fighters for new maneuvers. The crew felt confident. Humanity had shown it could fight and win. Lieutenant Daniel West checked his fighter and prepared for the next mission. He knew the aliens would try new tactics to counter humanity's moves. He studied the alien formations and reported every detail to the flagship. Human engineers worked quickly on the ultimate warships. New weapons were being installed, ones the aliens had never seen. Plasma cannons were enhanced, drones were upgraded, and stealth shields were activated. Every ship became more powerful and more difficult to defeat. Elizabeth oversaw the process, giving advice and encouragement. The crew respected her leadership and followed her instructions without question. Daniel led a small group of fighters on a scouting mission. They approached the alien ships cautiously, analyzing their weak points. He noticed that the aliens relied heavily on their main weapons, but did not protect their engines or communication systems. He relayed this information to the flagship. Claire and Lucas immediately adjusted their plans, preparing a targeted strike. The next encounter began near a large asteroid cluster. The aliens moved quickly, hoping to catch the humans off guard. Claire sent the fighters in fast, unpredictable patterns. Daniel led the attack, hitting weak points and drawing enemy fire away from the larger ships. The alien ships struggled to respond. Their attacks were less coordinated, and they could not predict human movements. Daniel and his squadron disabled several smaller ships with precision strikes. The ultimate warships fired plasma cannons, striking key targets from a safe distance. The aliens were shocked by the accuracy and power of human technology. Queen Elizabeth gave orders calmly from the command bridge. She positioned the fleet to surround the alien ships, cutting off escape routes. Lucas directed the heavy fire, ensuring that every shot hit a target. Claire managed the fighters, keeping them in constant motion to confuse the enemy. The aliens began to panic. They had not expected humans to be so organized and strong. Their ships were damaged, and their formations were broken. Daniel led a daring strike against the largest alien ship, hitting it with multiple plasma blasts. The ship shuddered under the attack, unable to defend itself effectively. Lucas and Claire coordinated the entire fleet. They used asteroids as cover, avoided enemy fire, and attacked from multiple directions. The humans had control of the battle, and the aliens realized they were losing. The ultimate warships were the key. Their power and design were beyond what the aliens had imagined. Daniel returned to the flagship after the attack, reporting that several alien ships were disabled. Claire congratulated him and instructed the squadron to remain alert. Lucas reviewed the overall strategy and noted that the humans had gained a significant advantage. The aliens had underestimated both human skill and technology. Queen Elizabeth addressed the crew. She praised their innovation, courage, and precision. Humanity had not only survived the battle, but had gained the upper hand. The aliens had no idea how strong humans could be, and they would soon learn that underestimating humanity was a grave mistake. The human fleet moved forward, ready for the next encounter. Every ship, every fighter, and every crew member was prepared. They had shown that humans could fight with strategy, power, and courage. The ultimate warships were ready to dominate, and the aliens would face the full strength of humanity in the battles to come. The human fleet moved toward the outer planets, where a colony was at risk. Admiral Lucas Hall observed the screens, noting the positions of enemy ships. Captain Claire Young prepared the fighters for action. The humans were ready, but they knew this battle required more than strength. It required strategy and cunning. Lieutenant Daniel West flew ahead in his fighter, scanning for signs of enemy movements. He noted their formation and weak points, sending the information to the flagship. Lucas studied the reports and devised a plan. He knew the aliens were confident, but not clever enough to anticipate human tactics. This advantage had to be used. Queen Elizabeth gave instructions calmly from the bridge. She understood the importance of psychological tactics. The humans would make the aliens fear them before the fight began. Lucas ordered drones to create holographic decoys, appearing as multiple fleets around the colony. The aliens would see more ships than actually existed. The aliens advanced, believing they could intimidate the humans. They fired at the decoys, wasting energy and revealing their positions. Daniel led his squadron through the gaps, striking at weak points with speed and precision. The aliens were caught off guard. Their confidence began to waver. Claire coordinated the fleet with clear commands. She positioned the ultimate warships to block possible escape routes. Lucas reinforced shields and ordered plasma cannons ready. Every human ship moved with purpose, creating an illusion of overwhelming power. The aliens could not understand human tactics. The humans used the environment to their advantage. Asteroids became barriers and traps. The drones flew through the fields, disabling alien weapons and engines. Daniel attacked a group of alien ships, drawing them into a narrow passage where human ships waited. The aliens were trapped, confused, and frustrated. Queen Elizabeth directed the maneuvers, watching every movement carefully. Her calm authority reassured the crew. They followed her orders precisely, each action coordinated to maximum effect. The aliens were now reacting to human decisions instead of initiating their own. The psychological edge was working. One alien ship tried to break through the human formation. Daniel intercepted it, using speed and skill to disable its engines. Claire maneuvered the fighters to surround it. Lucas ordered the ultimate warships to fire, striking the alien ship from multiple directions. The crew watched as it went down, a warning to the rest. The aliens began to retreat. Their morale was low, and their confidence shattered. They realized that humans were not only strong but intelligent, capable of anticipating their moves. The humans maintained pressure without overextending. A combination of strategy, skill, and psychological tactics kept the aliens off balance. Lucas and Claire reviewed the results. The humans had secured the colony and damaged several alien ships. Daniel returned to the flagship, reporting the success of his squadron. Queen Elizabeth praised the crew for their courage and cleverness. Humanity had shown that it could fight with brains as well as power. The fleet moved forward cautiously, ready for the next engagement. Every human ship was prepared, every crew member alert. The aliens had underestimated the humans, and the humans would continue to use every advantage. The psychological edge had been established, and the aliens now knew that humanity was not to be taken lightly. Solar system was quiet, but the humans remained ready. Their strength, skill, and intelligence had been proven. The aliens were shaken, and the humans knew that the coming battles would test them further. With Queen Elizabeth, Lucas, Claire, and Daniel leading the fleet, humanity was prepared to face any challenge and continue to dominate the war. The human fleet advanced into open space, where the aliens had gathered their main force. Admiral Lucas Hall observed the enemy formations carefully. Captain Claire Young directed the smaller fighters to their positions. Lieutenant Daniel West prepared for the strike, knowing this battle would be decisive. Queen Elizabeth stood on the bridge of the flagship, her eyes scanning the alien fleet. She gave orders calmly and with authority. Every human ship moved as she commanded, coordinated, and precise. The ultimate warships were ready, their full power hidden until this moment. Humanity would reveal them now. Suddenly, massive human warships emerged from hidden positions. Their size and firepower shocked the alien fleet. Plasma cannons glowed, drones swarmed in formation, and shields shimmered across every vessel. Aliens froze, unable to comprehend the display. Lucas and Claire watched as the enemy hesitated. Daniel felt a surge of confidence as he led his fighters in a rapid assault. The aliens tried to respond, but their attacks were slow and poorly coordinated. Claire maneuvered the human fleet, using speed and precision to strike weak points. Daniel's squadron hit enemy ships from all directions, disabling weapons and engines. The aliens had never seen such power. Queen Elizabeth gave calm instructions, directing the fleet to encircle the enemy. Lucas reinforced the shields of the ultimate warships and ordered focused attacks on critical targets. Claire guided the fighters to support the main ships, striking with precision. Every move was calculated to maximize damage while minimizing human losses. Daniel led a daring mission to disable the alien flagship. He and his squadron approached carefully, dodging enemy fire and using speed to their advantage. With a series of coordinated strikes, they disabled key systems. The flagship shuddered under the assault, unable to respond effectively. Plasma blasts tore through alien vessels, drones disabled weapons, and fighters struck rapidly from multiple angles. Lucas adjusted the fleet in real time, ensuring that every attack hit its mark. Claire managed the smaller vessels, keeping them coordinated and unpredictable. The aliens could not counter such strategy. One alien ship tried to escape the battle. Daniel pursued it with his squadron, using speed and precision to disable its engines. Claire redirected the fighters to block other escape routes. Lucas ordered the ultimate warships to fire focused plasma blasts, ensuring that no enemy could flee. The humans responded with precision and courage. They had revealed the full power of the ultimate warships, and the aliens could only watch in shock. The fleet had shown strength, skill, and coordination beyond what the enemy had expected. The aliens began to retreat, their morale shattered. The human fleet maintained pressure, but avoided reckless pursuit. Lucas and Claire ensured the formation remained strong, protecting every ship while keeping the enemy contained. Daniel returned to the flagship, reporting the success of his squadron. Several alien ships were disabled, and the fleet had suffered minimal losses. Humanity had demonstrated its full power. The ultimate warships had turned the tide, shocking the aliens and establishing human dominance. Queen Elizabeth praised the crew for their courage, skill, and coordination. The battle had been a success, and humans had proven that they could fight with strength, intelligence, and strategy. The fleet held its position in space, ready for the next engagement. Every ship was prepared, and every crew member alert. The aliens had underestimated humanity, and the humans had shown that their ultimate warships were unstoppable. The stage was set for the final battles, where human strategy and courage would continue to dominate the conflict. The aliens had retreated to regroup, but humanity was ready for the final battle. Admiral Lucas Hall stood on the flagship bridge, his eyes on the enemy fleet. Captain Claire Young prepared the fighters for the next engagement. Lieutenant Daniel West checked every system in his squadron ready to strike. The humans knew this confrontation would decide the war. Queen Elizabeth gave calm orders from her command chair. She understood the importance of planning and strategy. Lucas and Claire followed her guidance, moving the fleet into positions that would trap the alien ships. The ultimate warships were fully prepared, their plasma cannons ready and shields at maximum strength. Daniel led the fighter squadrons forward, moving through the asteroid field to take the enemy by surprise. The aliens tried to anticipate the human approach, but the fleet moved with speed and precision. The humans had learned from every previous encounter, and they were ready to dominate. The first contact was intense. The aliens fired heavily, but the human fleet moved in perfect formation. Plasma cannons fired from the ultimate warships, hitting the largest alien vessels. Drones, disabled weapons, and engines, while fighters attacked from multiple angles. The aliens could not respond effectively. Claire directed the smaller ships, ensuring that they supported the main fleet. Daniel weaved through enemy fire, hitting weak points and drawing attention away from larger vessels. Lucas adjusted the fleet in real time, maintaining coordination and control. Every human ship acted with precision and purpose. One alien ship tried a desperate attack on the flagship. Daniel and his squadron intercepted it, using speed and skill to neutralize the threat. Claire repositioned the fighters to cover all possible approaches. Lucas ordered the ultimate warships to fire focused blasts, destroying the attacking ship completely. The crew felt a surge of confidence, knowing they had repelled the enemy. Queen Elizabeth gave further orders to surround the remaining alien fleet. The humans moved as one, cutting off all escape routes. Plasma cannons fired, drones disabled enemy systems, and fighters attacked relentlessly. The aliens realized they were trapped and outmatched. Their morale was failing, and their confidence shattered. Daniel led a daring mission to disable the alien flagship. He and his squadron approached cautiously, striking with precision. The ship shuddered under the attacks, its engines failing and weapons destroyed. The aliens could not recover, and the humans pressed their advantage, maintaining pressure from all sides. Lucas and Claire coordinated the fleet with clear commands. The ultimate warships focused on the largest threats, while smaller ships and fighters harassed the remaining vessels. Every attack was calculated to inflict maximum damage. The aliens could only react, unable to match the humans' skill and strategy. The alien fleet began to collapse. Several ships were destroyed, and others were disabled. The humans held their formation, keeping control of the battlefield. Daniel returned to the flagship, reporting that the alien flagship was disabled, and the remaining forces were in retreat. The humans had won the final engagement. Queen Elizabeth addressed the crew, praising their courage, skill, and strategy. Humanity had proven that it could fight with strength, intelligence, and coordination. The aliens had underestimated humans, and they had learned a harsh lesson. Lucas, Claire, and Daniel were celebrated for their leadership and bravery. The human fleet secured the solar system, ensuring no alien ships remained in threatening positions. Every ship was on alert, ready to respond to any new threats. The final battle had shown that humanity was strong, clever, and united. The aliens had been defeated, and humanity had established dominance. The crew felt pride and relief. They had faced a superior enemy and emerged victorious. Queen Elizabeth, Lucas, Claire, and Daniel looked over the fleet, knowing that humanity was prepared for any future conflict. The solar system was safe, and the humans had proven that they would not be defeated. The solar system was quiet after the final battle. Human fleet moved steadily through space, securing every sector. Admiral Lucas Hall observed the fleet, making sure no threats remained. Captain Claire Young guided the fighters to inspect damaged areas. Lieutenant Daniel West checked the ultimate warships and ensured all systems were fully operational. Humanity had won, but they remained vigilant. Queen Elizabeth stood on the bridge of the flagship, her eyes scanning the horizon. She gave orders calmly, coordinating repairs and resupply. The fleet moved efficiently, restoring every ship and preparing for any possible return of the enemy. Her leadership inspired confidence and respect among the crew. Lucas and Claire worked closely with her, ensuring that every action was precise and effective. The humans repaired and upgraded their ultimate warships, making them stronger and faster. Daniel oversaw the fighter squadrons, training new pilots and ensuring readiness. The fleet had proven its strength, and now it was time to show that humanity could maintain control and security across the solar system. Reports came in from every sector. Alien survivors had retreated beyond the outer regions. Humanity had not only defeated the enemy, but also gained knowledge of their tactics and weaknesses. Lucas reviewed these reports and prepared strategies for defense. Claire organized patrols, ensuring no ship could approach undetected. Daniel led reconnaissance missions to monitor distant areas. Queen Elizabeth addressed the fleet. She praised the crew for their courage and skill. She emphasized that humanity had proven it could fight with strength, intelligence, and unity. The humans had faced a formidable enemy and emerged victorious. The fleet celebrated their success, but the leaders remained focused on security and readiness. Communication signals were sent to colonies across the solar system. Humans ensured that every settlement knew they were safe and protected. Lucas, Claire, and Daniel coordinated these messages, demonstrating the organization and efficiency of human command. The fleet was not only a force of war, but also a symbol of protection and unity. Daniel led a mission to survey distant regions where alien ships might hide. He discovered remnants of enemy vessels and ensured they were neutralized. The aliens had learned a lesson. Humanity was powerful and would not be easily defeated. The reconnaissance missions strengthened human control and knowledge of space. Lucas and Claire reviewed fleet operations, ensuring that every ship and crew member remained prepared. The ultimate warships served as a deterrent, their presence alone keeping potential threats at bay. Humans had combined technology, strategy, and courage to secure the solar system. Queen Elizabeth commended the leaders for their bravery and intelligence. Daniel, Lucas, and Claire had led their crews with skill and precision. Humanity had proven that it could dominate the battlefield and maintain peace through strength. The fleet stood ready, and the solar system was under human control. The story of victory spread across colonies and fleets. Humanity had fought bravely and used every advantage wisely. The ultimate warships became symbols of strength and ingenuity. Humans had shown that they could face any challenge and prevail. Lucas, Claire, and Daniel stood on the flagship bridge with Queen Elizabeth, looked over the fleet, proud of what they had achieved. Every ship and every crew member had played a role in the victory. The humans had proven that they were not only survivors, but rulers of their space. The solar system was safe, and humanity was ascendant. The aliens would remember the human strength and skill. The fleet was ready for any future challenge, and the ultimate warships ensured that humanity would remain dominant. The story ended with humans victorious, united, and respected across the stars.